Good morning, students. In the last class, we have completed the heredity and evolution chapter. We have completed sex determination in human beings and other animals also. Now, let us start the new chapter, our environment. What is environment? The surroundings of living organisms or some other subjects or objects where the living organisms live in or the subjects or objects operate in. There are many factors in our environment: water, soil, heat, air. Like many factors are there, and living organisms also are there. In our surroundings, many other living organisms also are there. All these are said to be the environmental factors. These factors in the environment are always in continuous interactions with each other. Their interactions and our activities both will impact the environment, sometimes positively, sometimes negatively. Unfortunately, most of the times, by our activities, environment was getting negatively impacted. Now also it's going on. In class 9th, we have studied about biogeochemical cycles, the flow of nutrients in between the living organisms and the non-living environment in a cyclical manner. The flow of water, oxygen, carbon, all these things between the earth and the outside of the earth in a cyclical manner. It is known as biogeochemical cycle. And correct operation of these biogeochemical cycles in the nature allows all of the living organisms to survive normally, or it allows the stable ecosystems. And in biogeochemical cycles, essential nutrients like nitrogen, carbon, oxygen and water are changed from one form to another form also. Molecular nitrogen is getting changed into nitrates and nitrates form, and again these nitrates and nitrates are getting converted back into molecular nitrogen. Water is getting evaporated, again water is coming back into liquid form. Carbon, it is getting fixed in the form of glucose. When cellular respiration is taking place, again it is broken down, again CO2 is released back. Oxygen is taken for cellular respiration, again CO2 is released back. Whereas by photosynthesis, oxygen is released back. Like this, these nutrients in the biogeochemical cycles, they are getting changed from one form to another form. Human activities affect these biogeochemical cycles. How our activities are affecting the environment? We add a lot of waste to the environment, and we have learnt about our digestion. There are many digestive enzymes that digest our food material. If you eat some plastic, will it get digested? If you eat some coal, will it get digested? If you eat food, that only is getting digested. Why? Let us learn. Enzymes are the biocatalysts which are used to digest or break down different substances. These enzymes are highly specific in their action. That means one enzyme can break down only a particular type of substance. It cannot break down all the substances. It can break down only one particular substance. So only one enzyme cannot break down all substances. It can break down only a particular substance. So in the nature there are many substances that are present, out of which only some substances can be broken down by our enzymes. Remaining substances cannot be broken down by our enzymes. We get energy by eating only some particular types of substances because we have enzymes to digest only these particular types of substances. And we know what these substances are called: foods, right? Like how we have enzymes to break down only some types of substances, even microorganisms also have enzymes that can digest or break down only some type of substances. Like how we have enzymes to break down only some types of substances, in the same way, even microorganisms also have enzymes to break down only some types of substances, but not all the types of substances. So, man-made or synthetic materials like plastics will not be broken down by the action of bacteria or other saprophytes. Okay. Then how these materials have to be broken down? When they are not broken down by the bacteria or other saprophytes, how these man-made materials have to be broken down? The materials which cannot be broken down or degraded by bacteria or other saprophytes will be acted upon only by physical processes like heat and pressure. The heat and pressure that can break down these plastic type of synthetic materials may not be present all the time in that level of concentration with which it can break down the plastic. Because if all the time heat and pressure are there in the excess concentration, then survival of living organisms may not be or would not be possible. So when ambient or comfortable conditions are there in the environment, these plastics, metals, glass like synthetic materials, they persist. Persist means stay undamaged. They persist for a long time without getting broken down, since the conditions are ambient or comfortable conditions. Under comfortable conditions, excess heat and pressure may not be there, so they keep getting damaged slowly, so they persist for a longer periods of time. So in conclusion, what can we say? Only some of the thrown out materials by us are broken down by the bacteria or other saprophytes, and other materials like plastic, glass, metals, etc. that are thrown by us are not degraded or broken down by bacteria or other saprophytes. Only some of the materials thrown by humans are degraded or broken down by the bacteria or other saprophytes. And many synthetic materials like plastic, polythene bags, metals, glass like substances that are thrown out by us are not degraded or broken down by the bacteria or other saprophytes. The substances that are broken down by biological processes of the microbes like bacteria or other saprophytes. These are called biodegradable substances. Example, plant and animal products. Substances that are broken down by the biological processes of the microbes are called biodegradable substances. Examples, plants and animal products. The substances that are not broken down by biological processes of the microbes are called non-biodegradable substances. The substances that are not broken down by biological processes of the microbes are called non-biodegradable substances. Example, synthetic materials like plastic, glass, synthetic rubber, metals, etc. The non-biodegradable substances may be inert and simply persist in the environment for a long time. Okay. The non-biodegradable substances may be inert and simply persist in the environment for a long time, or by being present in the environment for a long time, these non-biodegradable substances may even harm different members of the ecosystem. So, some non-biodegradable materials, they may simply present or persist for longer periods in the environment. Some, by being present for a longer periods of time in the environment, they may cause harm to the other members of a ecosystem or different members of a ecosystem. Okay, right. And what are various effects of biodegradable substances and various effects of non-biodegradable substances and other things, let us learn in the coming class. Thank you.